Hi, this is Julie Hart from Hart Media Group. Welcome to What I Pretend to Know. What I Pretend to Know is about learning from those who truly do, celebrating the power of female connection, and finding inspiration in the shared experiences of women.
Like a shooting star was made to fly through space. Dreams of airs when they're chased. And I don't know, but I bet you one day you're gonna be a dream catcher.
Good morning. Welcome to What I Pretend to Know. This is Julie Hart with Hart Media Group. This morning I am so excited because I have a very special person here with me. Her name is Amy Benton, and she happens to be my parents' neighbor,
Yep.
which is so ironic. I'll be honest, I don't really know a lot about Amy. I really don't.
Awesome.
So that makes this a really unique show because I get to learn along with you. But I know enough to be dangerous, and I know enough that I wanted to get to know more
Oh,
about
that's
you.
very sweet.
Yes.
Very gracious.
So here's what I do know about Amy. I wore like my super fun Free People onesie
It looks gorgeous.
because Amy makes me want to sit on a front porch somewhere and drink a glass of lemonade and have her get her guitar out and play music for me and like visit all day.
Oh, I love that.
And if I had all the time in the world, that's what I would do with Amy.
Thanks.
So I don't know what it is about you, but she's so calm and laid back, and she has these two little boys that are just like running around her, but she's so calm and so laid back and relaxed. And literally that's what I want to do if I'm around Amy. And so we get to know Amy today, and we get to hear her story. And so, Amy, why do you suppose that I want to sit on a front porch with you and drink lemonade?
Oh, that's so sweet. First of all, that really relaxed
Really,
me.
truly.
Yeah, it just made me want to do the same. I don't know, maybe because I live next to your parents and we just feel like family.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
Maybe because I believe in Jesus and you do too. So we have that common thing, even though we don't know each other.
Yeah, that
That
might be
could
it.
be.
Yeah, it may have to do with the guitar too.
Yeah.
I think maybe it has to do with the name Amy, and it has to do with the guitar.
Amy, like that you're
Well,
talking about?
no.
No.
What I'm talking about is Amy and the guitar. And my dream is to sit around the fire at Christmas with Amy Grant.
Oh, yes. Oh, I think my mom named me Amy because she was listening to a lot of Amy Grant during the time
Okay.
I was going to come.
So if you picked up your guitar one day and sat around like the fire with me and sang Tennessee Christmas,
Okay.
I might be delighted.
Okay.
Okay. So that's my dream. I've never met Amy Grant, but I've been to 4 or 5 concerts.
Okay.
And like pretty up close, but I've literally never met her. That's my dream.
I feel like you guys would go way back. Like, you know when you meet somebody and you're like, we are kindred spirits.
Yes, and I'm like-
you just know.
Me and only one other person I know knows every single word of every single
yeah.
song.
So what about, do you remember, I may not be every father's dream?
Yes. Yes.
That's
her
what I
little girl.
danced
Yes.
to at
El
my
Shaddai.
wedding. Yeah.
El Shaddai. Like,
Uh-huh. Thy word.
thy word. Like so to me, that I think I connect her with you, maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I think. And so when you sing, I almost feel like that is my connection.
Maybe.
Yeah,
There's a lot in a name.
I think there is. So anyway, introduce yourself a
Okay.
little bit. Tell me a little bit about your story, your background, your education, your school, where you grew up, all that good stuff.
Okay. I'm from Taylorville, and I grew up there, but I went to the Christian school.
Which is Vision Way.
Well,
It
that
was?
was there,
Okay.
but it was before that. So I grew up in the wild, wild west when it was the 80s.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Okay.
That's from Bluey. I don't know if we can use that.
You can, but I didn't know. I've never seen Bluey. That was not my.
Oh,
See,
it's
you're younger than me.
sweet.
So.
And they put like the really good music placement in there. Anyway,
That's when I know
Taylorville.
you're like 10-ish plus years younger than me. But go ahead.
I can't tell anymore.
I
I really can't tell.
I know. Well, I appreciate that,
Yeah.
but no, I think that, go ahead.
Oh, First Baptist Christian Academy. And
Okay.
they're still,
Are they still functioning?
Yes, but they're under a different name. It's the same acronym, but it's a different name.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still there. There were
Okay.
9 kids in my class.
Oh, wow.
So I wrote a
That's
song
great.
called Small Towner. It's like, being top 10 in a class of 9. It's for real. I was. Met my husband at McDonald's. Love at first fry.
Stop
Yes,
it.
he always just shakes his head when I say those.
No.
I love puns. If you
That's so
if
great.
you get to
I
know
get
me,
it.
I
love
like
puns
puns.
too.
And then I went to ISU and I studied music therapy. Maybe that's why you want to sit down with me and
Do you hear my
just be
son?
chill.
He
Did you
gave
go to
you-
ISU?
He just graduated there. He gave you a
Congrats.
shout out. He gave you a
Yes.
shout out.
I love it. Yeah. So I would do like the quad performances, for, I don't know, do they still have Spring Fest?
Yep.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
Then I did an internship, and that was part of my whole program. And then, so I got married to my high school sweetheart, like in between the internship, like summer break or something crazy like that. We were young, and then my internship ended, and he his job had just finished. It was like a campaign, and he's like, "Let's just move to Nashville." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know," because like my dream was always to be a mom. And I was the last person who was going to leave Taylorville. And so I thought, I don't know. But I'd always sing. So the background with the singing thing, like I grew up singing in church and at school and little stuff like that. I feel like I was the wedding singer one summer, like around age 15 or 16. And then they used to have the Nashville North USA there.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember
yes.
that?
I
Did
mean,
you guys go to any shows?
No.
Ah.
I mean, I'm from Springfield, so like Taylorville I didn't really go there. But
Sure.
My aunt and uncle lived there. But I didn't really go there.
Okay.
Sorry, I just didn't. But my aunt and uncle lived there, so we did go to visit them and stuff. But I did know about Nashville North, but I never went there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that was like one of my, like one summer
My husband is from there, so I do appreciate
Ask
it.
him if he
right?
went to
And,
the Aaron Tippin show or David Lee Murphy. Might be a little dust. That was my first taste of like Nashville because I got to be the opener for those two.
Oh,
and I was like very
cool.
young, and
Okay.
it was like around the Martina McBride
Yeah.
and like Faith Hill, short haircut,
Okay,
that
okay,
kind of era.
okay.
And I just was loving it. I actually dreamed about doing little interviews like this and sitting like cross-legged. I'm wearing a dress, so I can't
Well,
today.
I was thinking
But-
I would sit. And
Yeah, that's how
crisscross,
Martina
but I had
did.
to take my shoes off.
Yeah.
And then, because I sit like
Yeah.
this when I'm teaching a lot, Christmas applesauce.
Yeah.
But these chairs, too, aren't super conducive for this, but I can do this.
I like it. My little one was like, "What are you wearing?" I was like, "I don't really know what I'm wearing today,
No,
but
it's
I'm
cute.
doing it."
You look
so.
like you're Nashville. I like it. You're definitely pulling it. I'm
Pulling
pulling
it together.
This is my Amy outfit.
I like it.
Because
I didn't
this
know
is-
you felt like that.
Well, because you're very, and I mean this in a super big compliment. You're very boho.
Oh, good, awesome.
You're very boho.
Awesome.
You tend to dress very boho, and so this was my. Now I do teach in this sometimes too, but we have to wear sleeves. but
Oh yeah.
during winter teaching.
Right.
But this is my boho for you.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
My grandpa would say, "Do you want a quarter for that compliment?" Anyway, yeah. So I did the music stuff there, and then there was a New Salem Country Opry out in Petersburg.
Okay.
It's not there
I
anymore.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So so then fast forward, we thought about Nashville. I had sang my whole life and had cool opportunities, fairs, won contests at college, and it was just really fun. And so we're like, let's do it. So we borrowed a truck, we borrowed a trailer from his uncle. We put our stuff in storage in Nashville. We stayed in a motel for 2 nights till we found an apartment. It was like the whole thing you hear whenever somebody makes it and they tell you their backstory. It was fun. We had a cute little apartment in this adorable area. It's still a really cute area. Nashville's changed so much from when I lived there. That was probably, 2007. So that was a long time ago. But it was very fun. We did a lot there.
Amazing. So, okay. So, first of all, I just want to backtrack and say my husband's going to kill me for saying I never went to Taylorville, especially since this may air in Taylorville eventually and be like Julie, I can't believe you said that. Sorry, I am so pro Taylorville, and it is adorable today. It is
Isn't
adorable.
the square really pretty?
Yes, I shop there all the time now. I am so pro Taylorville, so I just wanted to say that. But as a little girl, I just didn't go there.
Well, you had to have somebody to drive you.
Yes,
probably.
and it was much further away then because you just had the 2-lane. Now I live in
Yeah.
Rochester, and it's super
Now
fast.
you're like, where's
so-
Barry?
Yes, exactly.
Not your dad, but the town.
Right, exactly. So anyway, I just wanted to backtrack and say that my husband's probably going to kill me for saying that. So okay, go back. So when you were in Nashville, which is so cool, did you play in
yeah.
Nashville?
Oh, yeah. So I played about 5 hours a day.
Oh my gosh.
And that was back whenever they still had smoking in bars. So it really took a toll on my vocal cords. Not the wisest decisions. I finally decided, like, okay, I think I can only get so far singing other people's songs. And so I learned how to write songs and got some really cool opportunities from people who gave me those opportunities. And even the opportunities that I squandered, I feel like God has redeemed and let me have some really cool opportunities that have to do with Nashville, even living in Central Illinois right now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. So we're going to go back to that, but I'm going to veer off. I'm going to
Okay.
veer off and ask you just random questions.
Okay.
Okay. So these are quick questions. What is your caffeine of choice?
Coffee, and I've had none this morning. Like usually 5:30. I've been up since 5:30.
Why did you have none
I
this
just
morning?
didn't feel like I needed it.
Really?
Yeah, my body was like, you can't have coffee this morning.
Wow. Okay. I'm Diet Coke all the way. As you can
okay.
see, there's one
Oh,
over
yeah.
there. Yeah. Okay. Chocolate or sweet candy?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
With like some salt, sea salt on
Oh, yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay. So I'm chocolate and caramel.
Yeah. Yeah, those
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Chips or popcorn?
popcorn.
Okay. Books or movies?
Books.
Okay. What is your favorite book of all time?
Bible. I know. I just, I'm amazing. I'm just kidding.
Yes, you had to pull it.
But
Okay.
really, I've been reading so much. I even brought it today. Like, I'm really excited about the Old Testament stuff and reading the New Testament. And I have this podcast that I really like that has made me think of things in a lot of new ways.
Okay, so share with us what you are learning in the Bible that is super exciting for you right now.
The layers of God's love. Like, I've known him for a long time and I've followed him for a long time. But it's like I'm just learning that the earth is just so packed full of his abundance that there's enough for everyone. Like, you don't have to have a scarcity mindset. And when you live out of the love that God has given to us and just share it, it's just this beautiful, it's really beautiful. It's hard to have words for it. Maybe music would have words. I think there's a
love
phrase like,
that.
when words fail, music speaks.
I love that. And to me, it reminds me of the message that I heard on Sunday. I don't know if you heard it or not, but it was talking about how we do have abundance. I think here
Oh, yes,
in
we were there.
America. Yeah. And to me, I've always felt such a burden because I live here in America and who I am, to me, because of what I've been given, much is required.
Oh, I like that.
To what God has given, much is required. And so much more is required of people who are given much. And it doesn't necessarily even mean wealth, or it doesn't mean things or stuff, but grace. Like, because God has given us that grace, we need to give that grace to others. Because God has given us forgiveness, we need to give that forgiveness to others. You know, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is just so, it hits me at different times.
Me too. Yeah. And what about like when you look back at your life and you see God's hand? It's like in the moment you knew he was there, but then just the layers of his love, it's like he allows us to see where he really was there, and like all the things that he has saved us from that we didn't even know at the time. I don't know. There's a lot to it.
100%. And you try to instill that in your kids, and
I think of them too.
Yeah, and your kids are still little. I have these grown adults that are still children, and it's hard to explain to them when they have a breakup or when they have a door close in their face, that was God's hand saving them for something better.
Isn't that cool? Sometimes we're just playing in the mud pies. Give me this, give me that, give me that. And God's like, but I've got this awesome dessert
Yes.
for you. Like,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
But he loves us in all of that. I'm just learning, just his love. It's so settling to me.
Yes, that's so awesome. I love that. I love that. And I know you share that in your music. So, one thing I want to, she sent me a bunch of little clips. What
Yeah.
are they called?
Yeah, I
Little
would say that,
clips of
clips,
music.
yeah.
And one you sent me was Closer Walk.
Oh, that's
Would
right.
you
Yeah.
play that for us?
Yeah, I haven't for a long time. Let's see if I can remember it.
Okay.
That's my favorite. Ooh, when
Okay.
you feel that little, woo, can I pull this off?
Yes. I know you can. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I played it for my son, and he's like, oh, yeah, wow, she's really good.
That was a special time. Actually, I recorded that before Ryman, but the stuff that's on streaming platforms right now, I recorded while I was pregnant with my oldest. And so that was really special that he was there but not out yet, and he just kind of came out singing. I'm going to tune because I care here. And then I'm going to pop my headphones out so I can hear my voice, my guitar too.
And this is pretty cool.
Let's see what key did. Yeah, that's good. If you guys know it, sing along. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Just a little bit.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It makes me want to cry.
Thanks. I'm kind of getting back to that. You know, when you're a kid and you just, there's something about neuroplasticity, the way that God made our brains, that we can just absorb information, and then I think we can recall it easier, you know, if it's a total sensory experience. And so
Yes.
music is that. And I've been wondering, I wonder if he made music to help us recall, help us remember what he's told us to do.
It
love,
100
and practice, you know?
Yes, it 100% does, and I only know that because as a teacher, I sing a lot.
Oh, good.
I sing a lot
Yes,
of
you
songs, and I
should.
sing a lot of memorization songs,
Yes.
and that's how they remember.
That's
I
good.
was tutoring yesterday, and we have a preposition song that I sing, that I teach all year long, and we were playing a memory game, and they're like time, place, position, like they were singing it because that's how they remembered what the preposition was. So it's definitely. But the other thing I was thinking and I was thinking this morning, my middle daughter is a ballerina. I don't know if you knew that or
yes.
not. And she's my introvert, so very much so. But always she's been on stage, and I've always been amazed because on stage she's out there. And and I'm always like, Jane, you have no stage fright whatsoever. And she's like, Mom, it's how I communicate. It's how I express myself. And I think that dance is like that. And I feel like that's how you express yourself. That's how you feel. It's how you communicate is your music. It's got to be the same, right?
I like that. Yeah. Growing up, I was very, very quiet, and I still am pretty good one-on-one, but I might kind of be quieter in a group.
Yeah.
But on stage, oh yeah.
Yeah,
No
it's
biggie.
amazing. I'm always amazed by her when she's on stage because I'm like, what? That's not the little girl that like won't talk to anybody, you know? And so I feel like
Yeah, and
But-
how articulate that she can express that. That's her way. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what else are you going to play for
Oh,
us?
well, how about one that I wrote when Ryman was in my belly, and we recorded it in Nashville, and it's
So is that
out
when
there.
when you started a family? You were in Nashville and you started a family.
no. So we came. Well, we lived all over,
Okay.
and then when we came home, let me think how this went down. I mean, so Ryman's only 7. So we'd been home for quite a while, and I've been playing shows here, opening for acts and teaching guitar lessons. And then we decided we want to have a family.
Okay.
And then I had been traveling back and forth to Nashville since we had already lived there. But this was probably one of the last big trips.
Okay.
Right before, well, I don't know, it wasn't right before I had him, but I was pregnant with him, and I recorded this, and then most everything else has been at home, like in Springfield.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is called Dream Dreamer, and
Oh,
I sent
yes.
this one to you. I'll
Yes.
just, do you want
Yes.
a little bit of it or the whole thing? What do you want?
No, let's do the whole
The whole thing. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Are the levels okay with the guitar and everything?
Yeah, I think
Because I can always do like this and split it,
I think
Okay.
it's good about there. Just make sure when you're done to pull it back in.
Oh, gotcha.
Thanks.
Wonder when you close your eyes at night, do you see colors in your mind or unlock ideas in black and white? And in the day when your brain turns, man, I'd like to see how it works, 'cause it seems to me you could change the world. Go on and dream, dreamer, with your eyes open, or take a little sleep, sleeper. Like a shooting star was made to fly through space. Dreams are best when they're chased. And I don't know, but I bet you one day you're gonna be a dream catcher. So right now, go on and dream, dreamer. I know I didn't know you then, but I bet you were one of those kids that had thoughts 2 sizes too big. Wore your clothes inside out and backwards. Never thought about before, just after. Your feet were fast, but your plans were faster. Go on and dream, dreamer, with your eyes open, or take a little sleep, sleeper. Like a shooting star was made to fly through space. Dreams are best when they're chased. And I don't know, but I bet you one day you're gonna be a dream catcher. So right now, go on and dream, dreamer. That's what you are. You're a dream, dreamer.
Thank you. That made me
Yeah.
so emotional.
What's fun is I thought of it before I even knew him. Like I
You
wrote
did.
it for him, and then it turned out to be a lot like him and our youngest. So that's kind of fun. I feel like that's another layer of God's love. Like I knew him. I formed him in your womb, and I knew how he was going to be, and he just let me experience all that.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's so precious. So, as I was listening to it, I was thinking about this show,
Mhm.
and I for years, but especially the last 7 years, and there's reasons for that, but that I have thought, man, I just know that God is going to call me in different ways than I've ever thought. One of which was calling me back into teaching that I did not plan on doing.
Oh, wow.
I did not plan on going back into the classroom, but I'm here. I'm in the classroom, and I love it, and it's definitely where God wants me right now.
That's great.
But we had no intention of doing this. This was so out of where we thought. And then when we started and we talked about podcasts and whatnot, I'm like, absolutely, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do a podcast. And then God like laid this heavy on my heart, Julie. There's so many wonderful women around you that have so much wisdom and so much to give, more than I do. And what I wanted to be for that is, Julie, you're a vessel. Like, let me use you, because like I said, I have very little, like I don't have that gift, I don't have.
Oh, but
your
everybody's
gift.
got something. you
Right,
know?
exactly,
Yep.
of course. But I know that I can be here to share other people's wisdom, which is why I wanted to do this. So I'm so excited. When I came, I just was at my mom's house. It hadn't even occurred to me. At my mom's house, saw you, and I thought, yep, it's Amy. I've got to
Was it the
ask
camper
Amy.
that's just hanging out in her backyard?
Maybe, or maybe it was the fact that you were so relaxed and laid back all the time, and like, oh gosh, she's just got joy in her heart all the time, and
I'm glad you think that. That's not always so. Just ask my family.
So what has your journey been like in music, and where do you see your journey going with music?
Oh, well, like you said, God's got it. Who
Yeah.
knows? That's the exciting part, right?
Yeah. Have you recorded?
Oh, yeah. I didn't tell you any of those stories. I don't know where to start.
Well, because you have time. How's that? You have
Okay.
time to tell those stories.
Okay. Yep. So I recorded some in like the Taylorville area, and
Okay.
then when we moved to Nashville, I met some friends who played for Ricky Skaggs, and they were so kind, and we recorded like in somebody's backyard, kind of.
Okay.
That was my first one, and then I was playing at a honky tonk, and a producer came up to me, and he is from Newgrass Revival.
Okay.
Some really cool, really cool genre and group. And graciously recorded an album for me.
Okay.
And yep, that was available for quite a while, and I still have it. That, in fact, was one of the first. There's a song on that album that someone recorded. One of the first songs that I wrote that someone else recorded, and so that was really exciting for me. And I had written another song called "The God I Know" that another artist recorded, and then. I think when I was traveling back and forth, so we had probably already moved out of Tennessee. And then I think I was working with my other friend, and we did an EP called the Sunday Sessions. And so that's where you heard the hymns. And then I put a few songs that I had written in there with it. And it was like a short grouping. And they are just wonderful people. And he went on, the producer, to write some hit songs, like number ones, and he's the producer to watch right now. Like, I just read that somewhere.
Amazing.
So I'm very happy for him, because he's worked so hard in many different facets, like in pretty much any business that you could in music, like on the road, playing, producing, writing. So he and his wife are wonderful. So I wrote a song with her, his wife, and she called me and was like, can we use it for a movie? So Pure Flix put on a movie called God's Country Song, and they used one of our songs. And
Oh
so
my gosh.
it was really fun. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 summers ago, but we got to go to the Franklin, Tennessee premiere and like walk the red carpet with our boys. And I had the cutest little like vintage, like suede, it was like little sheriff vest for the boys to wear.
gosh.
And then we got to see the movie and hear our song. And my song, and my friend Melissa Sheridan, we both wrote it, and they did the music for the entire movie. But our song happened to be playing like right while we were waiting. You know, like when you're sitting there, and it's
Isn't
like
that surreal?
Oh, it was neat. And in fact, I was having a moment, because there were lots of choices in Nashville, and not all were great. And I was thinking, oh well, this is what I wanted that I didn't even know I wanted. I wanted to be a part of something that was trying to bring glory to God, and I wanted my music out there and to have written it and someone else record it. And this is what I actually wanted when sometimes I made choices that didn't reflect that. But God was still kind and like, and even let me see it in that moment, sitting, waiting to watch the movie with my little boys, because that's what I always wanted to be. Remember back when we just started this
'Cause
podcast,
they can be part
I
of it.
said I just wanted to be a mom.
Yep.
And so I got my dream. I'm a mom and a songwriter. And so that was really fun to go back to Nashville in that capacity, to feel like, oh, yeah, that settled
So
me a little
cool.
bit.
And it's so cute because I have listened to Amy sing in my parents' backyard, and she brings her little boys in it, and they sing with her, and it's very, very cute.
Oh, I love it when they play with me, play
That's
gigs with me. Yeah, Ryman's been
so
playing gigs with
cute.
me since he was 4. So now I'm thinking about him. He writes music and he can hear something and play it back on the piano. He has an amazing ear, and then
That's amazing.
He made his own stop motion Lego movie because he's very good at like building. He's just creative, and then he composed a piece of music to play behind the movie. So he did it all, and he's 7.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
That's
he's fun.
so exciting.
It's exciting to see, like, okay, like
Now we're gonna
pass
pass
it
it.
on.
Yep,
Like
now
I'm
we're
still
gonna pass
making
it.
it too, but like pass it on. It's exciting
so
to see where
fun.
their life's gonna go.
So it's so cool to have a small town, Taylorville girl. Go Taylorville.
Yeah, go Taylorville.
And see you with such success, but success not even how you would dream it.
Oh no, like
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
and
for
not
sure.
how the world necessarily would see it. You know,
exactly.
but how God would want it for you, and in this perfect little way that makes it fit
Yeah.
for His perfect plan.
I hope so. I had a couple thoughts, and one was like, you can't just like put, when you tell your story, you want to put like a pretty little bow on it, like,
Right.
the end,
Right.
everything is
Right.
But life is rich because it's full of both good and bad, and
Right.
God's love and mercy, and
Good.
it's exciting.
Well, we are hoping that you are either going to come back here on What I Pretend to Know,
Sounds good.
or maybe we'll have some spinoff or something that God is gonna lead us, and we'll hear from you again. You'll definitely
Okay.
gonna be around here.
That sounds good.
So, but thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining today.
Thanks for
and
having
we're also, you might hear a little bit of the Dream Dreamer, right?
Oh yes, that sounds good.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I just appreciate you so much.
Thanks for having me,
And I
and I hope
appreciate
I brought the
you
Amy
know
Grant vibe for you.
You totally brought me some Amy Grant. Now, maybe near Christmas, you'll come on and do a little Tennessee Christmas
Okay,
for
I will
me.
try my
Would
best.
you do that?
Yeah, I'll start learning it right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'll sing it with you.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. All right.
Bye.
Goodbye. Have a
Thanks,
great
guys.
week. All right.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning in to the first ever podcast here. It's a wonderful Monday morning. I'm Jack Hart. I'm here. I'm your digital media manager, and we're excited for what's going on here. We're excited for this wonderful new podcast that has been brought to you this morning. I just want to reach out and say, hey, we're here at Hart Media Group, LLC, for you guys. We're here to create podcast, video, digital content. We're excited for the future here. If you're interested in starting a podcast, starting digital media, you can contact at 217-801-2909. That is, again, 217-801-2909, or email at heartmgdigital@gmail.com. We're excited for what's the future of this podcast. Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
It's super exciting for what's going to be happening in the future. But if your company, yourself, are looking to do a podcast, reach out to me right now. We are starting to get a lot of business, and we're super excited, and we'd love to have you on the team here. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Have a nice one.
Be a dream catcher. One day you're gonna be a dream catcher. So right now, go on and dream, dreamer.